get started.
Hi, Rich.
Hey, I don't see it on here, Teresa.
Yeah,
Hey,
There's definitely some people on a different link.
yes, we
Okay.
figured that out. This is
Okay.
the official county link, so this is the
Okay.
one that we will need to use. But I think we hopefully have everyone switched over by now. I think Cindy was going to make an announcement for me in the other meeting.
Okay. Yeah, Brenda was still, it was still over there when I was in there. So.
And they may need to.
I just sent out the link that y'all need to be on. This is all probably my fault. I do apologize, but Sarah, we do have a quorum.
Okay. All right, great. So we'll go ahead and get started, and then hopefully more people will trickle in as they get updates. And I think Cindy was still going to make the announcement over there on the other one to send people to this one. So hopefully we're good. For the purposes of the record, do we need anyone? I think everybody's got their names listed on here. There's a 318-6196. Is that you, Wendy?
That's me, yeah.
All right, just checking. Okay. All right. So we will go through the agenda that was sent out earlier. We sent it out, Wendy sent out the February minutes. Is there a motion about the February minutes?
This is Hal. I make the motion to approve.
All right. Is there a second?
This is Edwin. I'll second.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye or raise your hand. Any opposed? All right, motion carries. All right, we'll open it up for a public comment period. We'll limit it to 3 minutes per person. Okay. Hearing none, we'll switch it over to Mr. Tillman for program funding update.
Good morning, everyone. Excuse me. The only thing I have, Madam Chair, is just a reminder about third quarter accounting. Our office just released, I think it was March 1st, released information about third quarter accounting to all of our JCPC programs and JCPC administrations that have monies in their budget. The deadline date for submission of those third quarter countings is March the 26th. Now I'm asking, if possible, if programs could submit their third quarter counting before that date, that would at least allow me some time to review those third quarter countings. One of the projections of third quarter counting is projected that programs should at least be at or near 6 or 7% of their budget expended during that time period. So if there are monies, let's say, for example, if programs see that they're not going to be able to expend their dollars, then we need to know. I need to know, the JCPC need to know, so that we can make some decisions on what to do with those funds. So again, third quarter counting programs, please go ahead and submit those so we can go ahead and review them at the state level. It may be a situation, the other thing I want to talk about, maybe a situation where programs may want to do a budget revision. So keep in mind that you do have that option to do a budget revision to move monies around within your budget if you are overspent or underspent in some line item categories. So just want to remind you about that. That's all I have, Madam Chair.
Any questions for Mr. Tillman? All right. We'll switch it over to program reports. Let's start with a STEP Center. Is Pamela on this morning? There we go. I heard you now. Thank.
So I'm going to just switch over to the PowerPoint that I sent out to everybody. I think everybody got it before the meeting. If you didn't, just let me know and I can make sure that you're included next time. So I'll just go right into it. We're starting out with our psychologicals. We did not do any for the month of February. We did do one for March, so you'll see that next month. For our restitution program, we had 3 new admissions that had come in, and we're starting to see a slow pickup in that area, so that's good. We're excited that we're getting kids in here. They're completing stuff. We have not promised anything out, but next month you're going to see a big shift in that. Teen court, we still have not received any referrals. I don't anticipate this really happening anytime soon. I think that as we're starting to open things, we're going to see more referrals for this program, and hopefully we'll be able to start getting kids in to the teen court program. Moving over to our Step to Success with the tutoring program. We started out with 12 kids this past month. We've received 8 new referrals for that program. We're still seeing a big spike in referrals for this. So we're excited that we're getting more kids in here. Had to get a little creative, and we're going to have to get even more creative now that schools are going to be opening. And so this week we're going to be meeting with parents and students to find out what they're planning on doing moving forward for the school year, if they're going to go all remote or if they're going to stick with going to school. So that will be changing some with how we deliver those services. Going over to the STEP Center, we've seen an increase in referrals for Botman. Strengthening Families has also been picking up, which is good. And we are seeing more people get enrolled into the substance abuse area too. So that's pretty much where we are. As a whole, we're starting to see increases in referrals, which is good. We are actually serving about 52 kids that are active right now in everything. So we're hoping just to kind of keep on this momentum and really start delivering these services to the kids still. Any questions from anybody?
All right, thank you. Any questions for Pam before we switch over to Boys and Girls Club? All right, Abby, Floyd, you're up.
All right, good morning, everyone. So this month has been really good month for serving kids. We were able to add 12 to our role this month in serving for our Positive Action program. So the total served year to date today would be 41. And we're just really excited about this program and what it has shown this year with all the hard, the COVID, of course, and being out of school. We see that parents are really engaged in this program, really want their kids to learn social emotional learning. Part of these 12 that were admitted this month, a lot of them have been parents that are signing their kids up for this program. So, of course, we work with juvenile justice, you guys, to get court referred youth. With that is still growing great. But this month we've really seen an increase in parents enrolling their kids, which is a great sign as well. Let's see, we continue to see positive benefits of this program on our youth. I wanted to share a story that I have seen personally teaching the class. Youth are starting to come, especially our court referred youth, are starting to become more open about their situations and using the tools that they have learned to be more positive when it comes to daily interaction. So, for instance, in a session that we had in the month of February, our lesson was learning how our actions impacted our lives. And I was really proud of the kids as they were able to share some of the situations that that got them into, be referred, and if they could go back, how they would change those situations, what kind of tools would they use, whether it was anger that got them in to the situations, and kind of figuring out the tools that they could build up to be more positive and not lead them to that action. So it's just really cool for me to be able to see the transformation that they're making and the positive changes that they are trying to and still in the future. So we also we started a satellite site in the Ramsport area to serve more youth there, as we have seen an increase of youth in that area, and wanting to serve more youth in that area. We'll be working in the next few weeks to get more referrals from the schools there, school counselors, and families to have their kids enrolled in the program over in Ramsport. And that is it for me.
Any questions for Abby? Boys and Girls Club?
Sarah, this is Hal. I don't really have a question, but I'm going to have to leave the Zoom at 9 o'clock. And I just wanted to say that there was an excellent article in the Courier Tribune. We don't normally get any news reported in the Courier Tribune, but they had a front page article about one of our JCPC board members, Jalen Brower. And that was good, but it also highlighted the role of the Juvenile Crime Prevention Council. And I just thought that was wonderful information to put on the front page of the Courier Tribune to highlight all the activities that are going on that we've already talked about today. So I just wanted to mention that. I thought that was probably one of the best articles I have read about JCPC in a long, long time. Thank you, Jalen.
Yeah.
He's
you.
muted.
All right. Thank you for mentioning that, Hal. I appreciate it. It was a good article. Abby, a quick question. The 12 children added, was that for February?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
Mhm.
Any other questions? All right. Next up, let me see. Hang on. Sorry, I lost my agenda. Give me just a second. Any other items from the floor? I know we're still working on bylaws. I think Ronald sent me some edits to make, so I'll be looking at those. We'll try to send those out before the next meeting, just so you can take a look at them and then hopefully mail them. If your address has changed or you're not sure Wendy has your correct address, by our last bylaws, we have to mail any amendments to our bylaws or any changes to our bylaws 14 days prior to a vote. So please make sure we have your correct mailing address. Anything else? David, do you have anything you want to add, or? Sorry to put you on the spot. I just know you're on mute. Well, we're getting David.
All right, there we go. I'm sorry.
There we go. That's fine.
I'm going to minimize this so I can report some numbers to you guys. So if I look strange, it's because I'm trying to read and talk to you guys at the same time. But I just want to let you know about juvenile complaints this year. Year to date, we've received 25 juvenile complaints. Last year at this time, we had 68 juvenile complaints. Year to date, that is for 16 distinct juveniles. So we have 16 juveniles that's accounted for 25 complaints, whereas last year it was 44 juveniles that accounted for 68 complaints at this time of the year. School-related complaints, there's been 5. Last year at this time, there was 36. And the type of complaints that we are receiving, of those 25, there's 12 minor, 8 serious, 2 status, and 3 violent offenses. So crime is down, and we could assume a lot of things about why, but certainly the pandemic impact has to be at the top of that list, I would think. Any questions about those numbers? All right, thank you.
Thank you. Just to touch back to what Ronald was saying earlier, if the programs, Boys and Girls Club, the STEP Center, now's the time to look at your budgets closely and see if we can go ahead and move those monies around next meeting. That'd be great. You know, we probably have more money this year left over than we would in previous years. So if you've got bigger budget items, now would be the time. Looking to do a new member orientation maybe in June for folks who are just joining JCPC, or if you need a refresher for SPEP scores or anything like that, that would be a good time. Also, the county commissioners did vote the last meeting in March to approve us accepting the $30,000 from the state for the gang assessment grant money. But we just need a motion in order to advertise that. So if we can go ahead and do that.
I'll make that motion, Sarah. This is Hal.
All right, thank you. Is there a second?
Second, it's Kenny.
Kenny, second. Any discussion? All right, all in favor, say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
All right, any opposed? Also, just a note, I got a little side note. Second was Kenny. The JCPC RPF, those have been advertised. Deadline date for submission is April 2nd at 4 p.m. So if you know of a program that might be interested in applying for those monies, send that information out or get them to the appropriate county person so that they can get the information on what they need to do to get that application in. Anything further from anyone? The next few meetings will probably be critical, so make sure that you're either present or have a proxy. Those are a lot of the times we end up making decisions about funding towards the end of the fiscal year. So please make sure that you have someone in your place if you can't make the meeting. I appreciate everybody being here this morning. If we don't have anything else from anyone.
Sarah, I just have to discuss about the budget real quick.
Okay, I'm sorry, yes.
So I'm asking if we can allow Suzanne to do revisions as needed to move some money around. And I also wanted to bring to you guys that we're going to be requesting to purchase 3 more laptops for the employees here. And that's going to be for everything, the laptops, the warranties, the license. That's going to be $2,037. And then we also will need to be spending $1,883 to get the 2019 Microsoft Office license for all of our computers, because that needs to be updated. And then we're also going to be asking for 10 more Chromebooks at $3,500 for the increase that we have for Step to Success. We currently have 10 Chromebooks, so we need to add about 10 more just because we have currently 24 active kids in that program.
Okay. Are we prepared to do that today, Suzanne? Do you know where that money is coming from, or do we need to talk about that and have that vote at the next meeting?
I have sent the budget out to everyone for their review. There are, there's plenty of places that we can move the money from. I don't have the dollar amount right in front of me, but you do have the budget report if we want to review that and make the decision on where to move the money from, or if you just want to allow me to make those adjustments as needed.
Ronald, what do we need to do?
All right. Yes, it would be. I think if you wanted to allow Suzanne and Pam to look at the budget and move monies around appropriately, that would be fine. That would not be an issue.
Okay. All right. Is there a motion on the floor for that?
I make a motion to allow them to move the money around as needed.
All right. And that was from Greg Patton. Is there a second?
I'll second it. Tina Lester.
All right. Tina Lester, second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye or raise your hand, please. Any opposed?
Opposed.
Okay. All right. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anything further? All right, hearing none, meeting is adjourned. Thank you.